Good evening, here are tonight's top stories. A post-mortem reveals the cause of death for Tyrone, France. The High Court dismisses Detective Sergeant Dion Bassams' application against the DPP decision. The Guyana police force reports 596 traffic offenses in quarantine over a 2-week period. The GTU and Ministry of Education reach an agreement to end the strike. A Canville man is charged with robbery under arms and granted $150,000 bail. A salesman faces charges for receiving stolen articles. PNC elders will investigate allegations against opposition leader Aubrey Norton. Stay tuned for the details of these stories. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more news.
Salesman charged for receiving stolen articles. Troy Nurse, a 26-year-old salesman from Tyrone North, East Bank Demerara, was charged today with the offense of receiving stolen articles. The charge, laid under Section 236(1) of the Criminal Law Offense Act, Chapter 801, alleges that Nurse knowingly received stolen property. Nurse appeared at the Diamond Magistrates Court before Principal Magistrate Sunil Scarce, where the charge was formally read to him. He pleaded not guilty to the offense. Following his plea, Nurse was granted release on $100,000 cash bail. The case has been adjourned to August 2, 2024, for further proceedings. Canville man charged with a robbery under arms, granted $150,000 bail. Timothy Thomas, a 31-year-old driver from Lot 122 Canville, East Bank Demerara, was arrested on June 18, 2024, by ranks from the Grove Police Station. The following day, Thomas was charged with the offense of robbery under arms. Thomas is accused of committing the armed robbery on Devin Williams, a 38-year-old minor from Friendship Squatting Area, East Bank Demerara, on the same day of his arrest at Friendship. Thomas appeared at the Diamond Magistrates Court before Principal Magistrate Sunil Scarce, where the charge was read to him. He pleaded not guilty to the charge. Subsequently, he was granted bail in the sum of $150,000. The matter has been adjourned to August 5, 2024, for statements to be presented. Postmortem reveals cause of death for Tyrone, France. Newsroom Guyana reports, a postmortem conducted on the body of Tyrone, France, a 28-year-old resident of 42 Stanleytown, New Amsterdam, has revealed that he died from asphyxia compounded with multiple injuries. The examination was carried out by government pathologist Dr. Vivekanand Brijmohan, with France's body identified by his brother, Nolan France. According to the police report, Tyrone, France was discovered on June 17, 2024, at approximately 10:30 a.m. in Heathburn Village, East Bank Burbis. Preliminary investigations indicate that France was attending a barbecue the night before his body was found. Witnesses report that he was imbibing with others when an argument ensued, leading him to leave the event and move to a different location. He was found dead the following day, bearing multiple wounds. The investigation into France's death is ongoing, with 5 men currently in custody for questioning. Authorities are working to piece together the events leading up to the tragic incident and are appealing to anyone with information to come forward. Newsroom will continue to provide updates as more details emerge. GTU and Ministry of Education reach agreement to end strike. In a significant development, the Guyana Teachers Union, GTU, and the Ministry of Education, MOE, have reached an agreement to end the ongoing teachers' strike. The agreement, signed on June 21, 2024, outlines several key provisions aimed at ensuring a smooth return to work and addressing the concerns of the educators. The strike, which has disrupted the education system, will officially come to an end within 2 working days, as per the agreement. All teachers and educators are expected to resume their duties without any fear of victimization or loss of service. The agreement guarantees that teachers will return to their respective positions held prior to the strike, and no transfers will occur upon resumption. The agreement stipulates that the status quo ante shall prevail, pending any legal rulings that may arise from ongoing legal proceedings between the two parties. This clause ensures that the current conditions will remain in place until further notice. Additionally, the agreement outlines the commencement of conciliation talks upon the full resumption of work. These talks will aim to determine whether the GTU's proposed timeframe of 2019 to 2023 or the MOE's proposed timeframe of 2024 and onwards will form part of a new multi-year agreement. Both parties have committed to conducting discussions in accordance with the existing 1990 Memorandum of Agreement, which focuses on the avoidance and settlement of disputes. Dr. Mark Light, president of the Guyana Teachers Union, expressed his satisfaction with the agreement, stating that it addresses key concerns of the teachers and ensures their return to a stable working environment. Ms. Coretta McDonald, General Secretary of the GTU, also signed the agreement, underscoring the union's commitment to resolving the issues amicably. On behalf of the Ministry of Education, Permanent Secretary Mrs. Shaniel Hussein-Outer and Chief Education Officer Mr. Saddam Hussein signed the agreement, highlighting the government's dedication to maintaining the quality of education and addressing the teachers' grievances. Chief Labor Officer Dhanesh Vardionarine countersigned the agreement, affirming the Labor Ministry's role in facilitating the negotiations and ensuring fair treatment for all parties involved. The signing of this agreement marks a pivotal moment in the ongoing efforts to enhance the education system in Guyana. It is expected to bring much-needed stability to schools across the country and pave the way for productive discussions on future agreements. High Court dismisses Detective Sergeant Dion Bascom's application against DPP decision. On Friday, the High Court dismissed Detective Sergeant Dion Bascom's application seeking to overturn the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, Shalimar Alihaq's decision to discontinue charges he had filed against Crime Chief Wendell Blanham. Bascom, stationed at Ana Regina Police Station, brought charges against Blanham on October 14, 2022, under Section 19(3) of the Cybercrime Act 2018. He alleged that Blanham used a computer system to subject him to ridicule during an August 17, 2022, press conference, where Blanham accused Bascom of lying and misleading the public. The DPP discontinued the charges on September 15, 2022, leading Bascom to seek judicial review to nullify the DPP's decision. However, the High Court found no basis for Bascom's claims. There is no evidence adduced that establishes that the respondent, the DPP, acted in bad faith or for an improper purpose, or that she acted illegally, irrationally, or unfairly, Justice Damone Young stated in her decision. The case also highlighted an incident on August 8, 2023, where Bascom was arrested by the Customs Anti-Narcotic Unit, CANU, after 3 pounds of cocaine were found at a Norton Street, Georgetown, residence. Although he was not charged, Bascom later made serious allegations of corruption against city businessman Azruddin Mohammed and senior police officers regarding the murder of Ricardo Paper Shorts Fagundes. These claims were denied by the crime chief. Dion Bascom is not being honest and is manufacturing false or concocted information out of malice against members of the Guyana Police Force, Blanham had responded. Bascom argued that the DPP's decision to discontinue the charges without consulting him or reviewing the evidence was unreasonable, irrational, irregular, improper and unsupported by any facts. However, the court determined that the DPP acted within her constitutional powers and discretion. Justice Young emphasized that judicial review concerns the decision-making process, not the decision's merits. The court noted that the DPP has broad powers to discontinue criminal proceedings at any stage before judgment and is not legally obligated to consult with the complainant or provide reasons for discontinuing a case. The court found no evidence supporting Bascom's claims of bad faith or improper purpose. Consequently, the court dismissed Bascom's application and ordered him to pay costs of $150,000 to the respondent by July 22, 2024. Guyana Police Force reports 596 traffic offenses in quarantine over 2-week period. The Guyana Police Force has disclosed that a total of 596 traffic offenses were recorded by traffic ranks on the quarantine between June 1 and 14, 2024, with speeding being the most common infraction. During this 14-day period, 181 cases of speeding were reported, making it the leading traffic violation. This was followed by 51 cases of failing to produce a driver's license and 45 cases of unlit motor vehicle rear, while 43 cases were recorded for unlit motor vehicle front. The breakdown of other recorded offenses includes 1 case each of carrying a pillion rider without a safety helmet, breach of condition attached to prescribed fitness, breach of road service license, interrupting the free flow of traffic, motor vehicle causing obstruction. 2 cases each of crossing solid double yellow lines, no reflecting mirror, window blinds, uninsured motor vehicle, obscured ID mark front. 3 cases each of use of handheld mobile phones while driving, dangerous driving, careless driving. 11 cases of driving a motorcycle without wearing a safety helmet. 23 cases of driving a motor vehicle without wearing a seatbelt. 17 cases of breach of condition of provisional license. 9 cases of unlicensed motor vehicle. 16 cases of conduct of driver. 8 cases of stopping within 30 feet of a corner. 10 cases of no parking brakes. 7 cases of driving a motor vehicle while alcohol level exceeded the prescribed limit. 20 cases of faulty packing of load. 25 cases of driving an uncertified motor vehicle. 9 cases of breach of insurance. 9 cases of unlicensed driver. 17 cases of leaving a motor vehicle in a dangerous position. 7 cases of carrying more persons than the permitted number. 2 cases of prohibition of tinted glass. 10 cases of untidy driver. 4 cases of obscured ID mark rear. 7 cases of failure to obtain a road service license. 5 cases of no ID mark front. 5 cases of maintenance of tire. The Guyana Police Force emphasized the importance of adhering to traffic regulations to ensure safety on the roads. They continue to enforce measures to curb traffic violations and enhance road safety for all users.
The elders have been asked to investigate and make recommendations on the particular issues regarding Mr. Norton and Ms. Vanessa Kissoon. This has nothing to do with Congress. There is a Congress committee. There is a leadership in place. And so they will still continue with their work as they are required to do by Constitution. It's certain that Comrade Green would like to follow up after me, but I must say that we must allow due process to take its place, and hence the eldership will ensure that they speak with both parties, but as I said earlier, that has absolutely nothing to do with Congress.
I'm not in a position to make that pronouncement. We cannot and ought not to precipitate in this matter. Let me make it abundantly clear. As an elder, when I was asked to perform the task with others, I avoided speaking to either of the parties allegedly concerned in this matter. And therefore, it will be precipitate for us to make any recommendation. I don't know what the protocols require, but we need to be very careful because as one who's been in the hustings for over 70 years, the timing of this matter is of some significance, and one ought to ensure that we don't get involved in any matter that destabilizes the party. As you all know, every story has 2 sides. When it comes to Guyana, it has 3 sides. Your side, my side, and sometimes the side that is never told. You see this in the Middle East, in Gaza, in Europe. That has been the unfortunate characteristic and the weakness of human nature. To answer your question, therefore, it will be precipitous and presumptuous of us, representative elders, to make a pronouncement. We need to speak to both sides. If the CC wishes to propose something, that's a matter for them. In fact, it should be within their competence to make a recommendation which will be binding on the officers, including leader, chairman, etc. So that is without and beyond the competence of the Council of Elders.